Hello everybody and a very good afternoon. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us. It's Thursday, everybody. I think a lot of people's favourite day because Thursday means Cartload Day. Woo! Yes. And we've got the calm before the storm right now with a craft along. We often do this on a Thursday, don't we? We kind of, have a bit of chaos and fast pace in Wake Up Call. Then we kind of come down just a little bit. We relax through the craft along and get ready for even more chaos and fast deals in the cartload later on. Shop the day, by the way. Get ahead on the web. So many great deals to be had. You can see all of the deals, save for a few, which are coming up as flash deals later on in cartload. They will go live just before the show and they will disappear just after the show, almost as if they were never there. So do make sure you come back later. It is, of course, our Club Inspire event as well. You probably know about this by now, but just in case you don't, we are giving you an extra 5% off. So if you're a Club Inspire member, you move up a level, basically. So if you're bronze, you're going to get 10% off. If you're silver, you're going to get 15% off. If you're gold, you're going to get 20% off. If you are platinum, 25% off everything, and you're going to get double points too. If you're not yet within the club, get in the club, join the club. It's easy to do, it's free to do. You can do it on the website and you will get 25% off your first order. And if that wasn't enough, we also have a code. It took me and Craig so long this morning to work out what the code was. I mean, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It took us 2 hours to figure it out. But this is the code. Use the code CLUB11 for 11% off. That is today only. You can use it, of course, with your Club Inspire discount, but it is one use per customer. So once you've used it, that is it. You're welcome, everybody. Now, we are here for a fantastic craft along. A slight change because we were going to do something else initially, and I was going to craft along, but then it got changed. So I'm not going to craft along today. I'm going to sit back and relax. I have my quota of stars already for this month. Thank you, everybody, very much. Oh, actually, one of the stars that I did get wasn't from a craft along, was it? That was from an actual genuine demo during a show. So I'm going to sit back, relax, let your man take you through this, and also just have a wonderful time watching Craig and our fabulous guest who I'll introduce you to in just a few moments' time, crafting together. And slightly different, Craig, and I feel like this is like a first time ever, not a craft along where we do one project, but where we do potentially multiple projects.
It is, and actually, can I just say there, just before we go on that subject, you're actually drawn with Sarah when it comes to the stars.
I think as well you'll find I'm beating Sarah because I'm not talking out of turn here. I don't know if all of the stars that she has up there are actually genuine.
They probably won't be. They probably won't be.
Certainly, what's the glittery one?
Demo of the month, isn't it?
No,
demo of the week. No, demo of the month, yeah. So the normal yellow is demo of the week, and then your glittery one is demo of the month. Can't see Sarah getting a demo of the month, can you? But yeah, anyway, yeah, so you're drawn with the boss.
Okay, good.
You're drawn with the boss. None of us have got a chance to catch up with Michelle.
Michelle's off the board, isn't she?
She is.
She's into the next county.
Off the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stars. Yeah. 2 of which are demo of the month. Bah. Debbie Robinson's behind her at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stars, with also, 3 demo of the months as well. So these are the 2 to catch up with. But yeah, I don't think Sarah's got any chance. Or I don't either. Anyway,
project.
Maybe with these projects.
You never know.
So yeah, a little bit of a difference with this one where instead of doing one great big project, what we're going to do, we're going to attempt 3 because it's still a craft along as though we're going to do the construction of the project and then we're going to do the glittering. What to say though, now, unfortunately, it's one of these things where not defeats the purpose of a craft along, but we usually have nothing done and ready to go. However, for the sake of the construction, and it is glitter paste and it's wet, I've had to have ones done so that they are pre-dried, ready for me to assemble on the project. So we'll still step you through the whole lot, that whole project as well. When it comes to doing the matting layer of the actual glitter paste layer, you might just have to do that after, once it's dried. But we're going to do it. I'm going to start with one that I'm so proud with. This one here is a little gift bag here. Now, if you are wanting to do this as a later date, grab that A3 multi-purpose cardstock bundle Ben was showing you earlier. I'm sure he'll talk you through that again within this show here. We're going to do a little gift bag. So this is what I mean by still the craft along. I'm going to step you through the measurements, the construction, of course, of the little gift bag. Yeah. But we're going to do our actual glitter paste. And then this is going to actually answer a question that we had within Wake Up Call.
Oh, yes.
Because what I am going to show you, although I said it would be a little bit more pernickety, but I did have a rethink before the show, and I thought, well, we can highlight the berries with just specific colours without getting an ombre blended effect. So we'll do that within that backdrop, a little tag, couple of little tags, that's onto our white multi-purpose. What we will then do is we will do this lovely card as well, and because we're going to do that onto acetate, heavyweight acetate, as well as a cardstock, so we'll do that. If we've got time, we will come back and do this one.
Wow.
Now, I'm leaving that one till last because we're going back onto cardstock again with this one here. So therefore, I'm not overly concerned with it being a cardstock. It's not a different medium that we've not used as of yet, but all the instructions will go on my Facebook page later on. So all going well, we'll get this one done. If not, you can always come back afterwards following the instructions that I will post on my social media. So those are the two that will definitely get done, but we'll do the glitter paste, we'll do all of the making, the construction and that as well. We're going to start with that one, and then we are going to go. In actual fact, shall we give you kind of like the recipes?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, we'll do that. Let's do that. What you are going to be needing, this is then going to enable you to create the 3 projects in total. Your glitter paste, fairy lights, holly and ivy, ice dance, poinsettia, silver bells, Snow Angel. We're then going to give you, or we do need you to use, the Christmas Glitter Pastes Stencils, Christmas Poinsettia, Graceful Snowflakes, and it's a holly jolly Christmas.
It's the best time of the year.
Then when it comes to the additional elements, we're going to be using the Snow Queen Winter Sentiment stamp set, Stitched Edge Circle Nesting Dies, my favourite that you guys know, Spectrum Noir Quick Dry Ink Pad Jet Black, Centura Pearl Snow White Hint of Silver, Multi-purpose cardstock A3, black cardstock, A5 heavyweight acetate, luxury mixed A4 cardstock, which is the gold, the 12x12 luxury mixed card, the pastel, and also some ribbon as well. Then when it comes to the additional elements, you might want to use your mixed media mat. We're going to need spatulas, guillotine, Scoremaster or your large scoreboard, magnetic stamping platform or your smaller one, scissors, tape pen, red liner tape, foam tape, and a hole punch of some form. That's everything that you're going to need to use and make the projects that we are going to show you within the craft along.
Marvellous. I'll give you the opportunity just to pick up those bits and pieces. We'll say a few hellos and then we'll say hello to the lady who is in the VIP seat today. VIP. Linda says hello from Wisconsin. Hello.
Hello.
Hello also to Sarah Brown, who says, hi everyone, I'm hoping you are all doing well. Sending love and hugs to you all, Ben, Craig and Christine Mahoney. Oh, giving it away now. No, we didn't we? So yes. Of course, hello my friends, have a great show. Hugs from Melbourne, Australia.
G'day, mate.
G'day. You flaming galah. Betsy Throop Black says, good morning from Houston, Texas. Good luck, Christine Mahoney, and have fun on the craft along. I am cheering you on. There you go. Christine, USA, USA. And also hello to T-Rex. T-Rex, who says, good morning, everyone. T-Rex. That's a cool little name, isn't it? Craftosaurus, I'll call you. Phil Watson's in saying good afternoon all. EB says good morning, all crafty peeps. Looking forward to the craft along. Ellen Hayes is in from Florida. Lynn Morton is in saying afternoon to everyone from Newcastle. Paul Prince ×4 says hi everybody from sunny South Carolina. And Sarah Ibbotson says good morning, Craig, Ben, CC team and crafty friends. Hello from Arkansas. We've got Dean and also Charlotte in the gallery. I had to think about that for a second then. You got a hi and a hoo. Rhonda's in saying good morning, Craig, Ben, team, CTV crew and all my lovely crafty peeps watching, chatting and crafting along today. Yes, from Oak Park. If you are crafting along, make sure you send in your pictures at the end, please. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Lillian Quock's in. Hello. Faye Parks is in from Kent. Hello. Eve B says, for the berries, you would use the glitter glue from Festive Frost and then they will be dimensional. Nice idea. Touched on that earlier. I did. Betty Weaver's in from Idaho. Hello. And also, Lynn Blackledge. #GoLiveGranny joins us from the Isle of Wight. And Mary Pat 1000 says, good afternoon. No, she doesn't. She says, good morning, everyone, from sunny Montana. That's all the hellos. There's the email address, bottom of your screen there. If you want to send in any pictures, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Send in your pictures of your projects. Listen, any projects that you're doing currently with the glitter paste, you can send those in because we always like to see. But if you are crafting along, pictures there, please, and we will show them as we head through the show. And indeed, if we don't do it in the show, we'll do it towards the end of the show. Let us, before we get on to the craft along, say hello to our fantastic guest who is joining us. Well, let's ask her how many she's done, actually. She is what I would call a craft along veteran. She has done many great craft alongs through the years. Is the lovely Christine Mahoney. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
I think we're okay actually today, Christine. We're good. The weather's a little bit miserable outside, but you know, when Craig and I are together, we always have quite a laugh. So we're feeling a little bit of a silly mood today, and I feel like you can add to that silliness with us over the course of the 2 hours.
Well, if it's like those done together.
How many craft alongs have you done now?
I mean, like, I think it could be up to near 20.
Wow, seriously.
Maybe.
I want to.
60.
Wow, that is a lot of craft alongs. I mean, I'm thinking that you must be one of the people who've done like the most craft alongs out of everyone. We always love having you on. Have you done craft alongs before where you've done kind of more mixed media-y things like we're doing today?
I don't think we have. I don't think I have. I didn't get the memo that we were supposed to do anything ahead of time. So the last hour I've been glitter pasting.
Well, we like to put you through your paces and keep you on your toes, Christine.
Based on 4 hours sleep.
How many hours?
I think 4. I worked last night, so I didn't get to sleep till maybe 1.
Oh man, what time is it where you are now?
It is 9:12, but I got up at like 5:30.
Oh man, and what have you got the day off after this, or are you back to work later?
I have to work later.
Oh.
I have tomorrow off.
Well, you can have fun with us, relax over 2 hours, then go maybe get a bit of a nap before you get back to bed. But we're excited to have you here. As always, we will come back and forth and have a chit chat with you. If you get stuck at any point, give us a wave, and then Dean and Charlotte will put you through to me and Craig, and we'll get your questions answered. Are you ready to go?
I am ready.
Yes, let's do this thing. All right, so Christine is ready. Hopefully you guys at home are ready as well. Craig Bagel, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, well, I think we're all ready to go. As always, if you've got any questions during the craft along, fire them at me. I'll fire them at Craig. Anything you need repeated, anything you want to see again, just ask, and we'll do our very best to make it as interactive as possible. But, oh yeah, we need to go through the product. It feels like I've already done it, but I haven't, have I?
No.
Here's the product. Here's the product. Here it comes, up on your screen. Details on your screen. There you go. The glitter paste. You know, normally, Charlotte, we put up the details here, don't we? That's what threw me off, everybody. That's what threw me off, because Charlotte didn't put the details up.
I love how Charlotte's having to go at you for not saying the product yet if we've not got the details on.
Yeah, I mean, how am I supposed to? Am I a mind reader or what? A mind reader. You're going to get six of your glitter paste here, the Christmas glitter paste, different to the ones that we launched originally. So if you've already got those, you ain't got these. Poinsettia, fairy lights, holly and ivy. You're going to get your silver bells and your ice dance, plus you're getting that gorgeous iridescent snow angel too. That price, of course, at the bottom of your screen in the purple box is not the platinum price for today, because of course you've got your club inspired extra discount on top of that. 25% is $33.75 or $42 for those pastes. You can pick them up individually as well if you want to do that. And then we've also got the stencils as well. The stencils come as a 4, but if you want to grab these individually, once again, you can do that. Platinum price on these is £23.25 or $28.50, and within each set you get your sort of main background. Oh, you get your main background stencil. And then you get your icon and then your border. The Feeling Festive gives you the beautiful snow flurry, which we've done on the board here in that silver bells. You've got your Christmassy bell, and then you've got Father Christmas and the reindeer. This one is the Christmas poinsettia. Main sort of background stencil is the poinsettia itself, with 2 different types of bow in stencil form. Then you have got your Holly Jolly Christmas. You've got the beautiful holly and ivy, and then the bells in there too. And then lastly are those graceful snowflakes, big snowflake background alongside your icon, and then your border included in there too. That is double points, 24.80 or 30.40, or if you're platinum, as I said, 23.25 or 28.50. I think that's all my boxes ticked. I'll say a few more of those and then we'll go. Thank you, Charlotte. Hi to Brenda Blacklow, who says hello from Saxelby to Craig, Ben and all my crafty pals. Busy Lizzie's in. Hello, Busy Lizzie, saying hello, Ben and Craig. Hashtag the dream team. Thank you. Evelyn Boyd says good morning again from Boston. I heard that, Dean. He went no comment. I think he said more like the Nightmare team. That's not very nice, is it? And then Catherine Folder says, hi, Ben and Craig, the dynamic duo.
Yeah.
From a wet and windy Isle of Wight. Okay, let us do it and get into it. 3 demos potentially we're going to try and squeeze in. First time ever on a craft along. Are you doing the bag first?
I am. What we're going to do is we're going to do them in sections as well. So we'll do the first bit of glitter paste, then we'll set that to the side and we'll let it dry as much as it possibly can do. Then what we'll do is we'll come back and then we'll do the middle of the bag or the construction of the bag. So we'll do it in stages. So it might seem as though there's a bit of here to here to here to there in the next place, but it will all come together. So let's start. So let's go in with our guillotine here. And we're going to come in with our multi-purpose cardstock. So you can still use a bigger sheet of your A3. I'm using my A3 for my construction of the gift bag. This one is just our A4. And for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to 7 by 7. So we're going to go 7 by 7, and then what we can do is while I'm here I'm going to come along and then I'm going to cut another piece that's 5.5 by 2.5. So we're going to come along and we're going to do 2.5 by 5.5. And then what we can do is once I've got that bit done, I'm going to then take another bit and I'm going to cut one to 2.25 squared. So I'm going to see, so I can just get 2.25 out of there. So if we do 2.25, likes of that. So that there, we can just see is we're going to go in with our base. So let's set that one to the side for now. So I've got my piece that is 7 by 7.
Okay.
So what I can then do is I can set these bits all the way out the way here. And then what I'm then just going to do, if I set them out the way, that out the way, that out the way, let's come in now with our stencil. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Holly Jolly Christmas, and I'm going to use the Holly and the Ivy, and we're going to use the poinsettia. So I'm going to use one of my spatulas. I'm also going to use this one here for my berries. Now, if you don't have one of the little spatulas, you could then just use a tiny little sponge or maybe a little dinner knife or something like that, or the end of your scoring tool. And I'm just going to come in with my low tack tape as well. So for this one, what I am then just going to do is I'm just going to get that into my glass mat, and then I'm going to put my stencil over the top. Now I have put our mixed media mat on the list, so if you want to use that, then of course feel free to do so, but I am just going to go straight in onto my glass mat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tape that at the top. Always like to use and create a hinge when it comes to anything that I'm stenciling, so that what I can then do is as I lift, if I've missed anything, I can hinge it back into place and then fill in the bits that I've missed. So what we're going to do for this one, we're going to use the green, we're going to use the holly and the ivy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm not worried at the moment, Ben, about the berries. I'm just going to coat the whole lot. So we're just going to go in with the holly and the ivy, and then we're just going to go along the top. So let's create a nice layer along the top.
Okay.
I've not put the low tack spray on the list because I know not everyone stateside has it. So you can use it if you want to, or again, with the stencil, because it's a heavyweight stencil, it's incredible quality, it kind of just levels down your cardstock, so you don't really need to worry. But then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to come down and then I'm just going to start to then scrape. So we're just going to scrape, we're going to work our way down, and since I've got the top half, we can then go in. I'm just holding this base here with my finger. You can use more low tack tape if you want to, but what I'm just going to do is go in sections. So section by section, If I need to come along and add more, remember we've got all this excess.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is I like to use what's already there before I bring more out of that tub. That excess is already more than enough to infill any of these
just
bits.
takes so well. I know I keep saying this, but I've seen other glitter paste before that are nothing like ours, which, you know, I see people struggling to kind of get the paste almost to take, but ours just seems to work brilliantly, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. It takes to any medium.
Yeah.
No problem whatsoever. But then what we've got, so in there, I've taken a little bit off, so just go in, infill. You will see that I start top to bottom. I'll then go a little bit directional, left to right, but what I'll always do, Ben, is then I'll just finish off again in that one direction. It's not important to do that. It's not as if it's blending or that and you've got strokes, but I just find that it works well by doing that in one area. I can then come along and then lift it. You can see that's how it looks. But what I was talking about there a moment ago, by giving me that hinge, I'm just going to pop that back into place just now, like that. But then what I'm then going to do is, I'm just making sure I've got all that excess off. Let's come in. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of kitchen roll now. And then while I've got my stencil in place, if you do want to be directional when it comes to the berries, what we're then going to do, let's take that poinsettia. So I've just smidged that out of line ever so slightly. So this is where if you did want to tape your card down or your repositionable spray, then that's a good thing to have. And then for this one, what I'm then just going to do is using my spatula or my spoon end or a little knife or craft knife, what I'm just going to do is just pick up sections there, and then I'm just going to infill when it comes to the berries. So we're just going to infill.
Okay.
It's a strong red, it's a strong poinsettia, so what won't happen is you won't start to get that green shining through. We're just overlaying. Now, for me, it's not much of a waste of the green underneath. If you want to be more specific and only do the holly and that, you can do, but that's just a little bit more time consuming. By this way, what we're just going to do is we're just taking little spoonfuls, little spatulas of the poinsettia. And then what's happening as well is, even although we're kind of popping it over and I'm not being neat or specific, what we are then just going to do is, once we've lifted up that stencil, it's going to take any of the red excess, and what will happen is it will just be directional underneath the berries. So we're just going to go in, we're just going to then pop these bits into position here.
Yeah.
And all that I'm going to do, Ben, for this moment, I don't know if we've got comments or if there was any you wanted to go over, because all that I'm doing is nothing overly exciting other than infilling these berries.
Okay. I could say a few hellos. Don't know if there's anything else we want to mention. But we can say hello to Catherine, who's in the Isle of Wight. Also Heather Springer, who says Christine is a craft along elite. I like that.
It is.
An elite. Yes. Or what's that other posh word? An alumni. Is that the right thing? Hey, we'll go with elite. We'll go with elite.
Or she's a goat.
Huh?
She's a goat.
She's a goat?
She's a goat.
Oh, no, no. Goat, greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time.
Yeah. I thought you were kidding then for a minute.
No, she's a goat.
Oh, you were kidding. There's a goat joke there.
You
missed it. Oh, no. Good luck, Christine, says Sarah. Have fun. And generally, I've just got a general message here which says lots of love for Christine on the socials. Of course, because she is a goat elite.
She is, the crafty goat.
Eleanor Schwing Jones says, hi everyone, Ben and Craig at Crafters TV. I hope you are having a good day. We are having a good day, we're having a fun day. Feel free to fire in any questions or comments along the way. And more love for Christine as well. We always love to see that. I'm up to date on me.
Funny enough, I'm just about finished.
Oh, there you go.
That was good timing, wasn't it?
Good timing.
Really good timing. So what I'm then going to do is, now, if I come and scrape this excess off, Ben, what's going to happen is it's then going to start to kind of ombre into the holly, which is a really lovely effect. But if you are wanting to be specific in the lay of colour, then what we can then do is let's just take all that excess off. So I can then decant all that back. Let's move that out of the way just here. What we can then do is come along and then lift. And then we've then got our berries.
Very nice.
Isn't that very, very nice indeed? So what I can then do, and because I've gone in with a little bit of thickness, they're quite dimensional as well. So that was a good thing, as you said beforehand. At this point, you could have just coated it all with the holly and the ivy, then come in with your red glitter glue if you want to. But I'm going to set that out the way for now.
How long will that take to dry, roughly? Half an hour?
So for me, I would say half an hour, 45 minutes.
Right.
But to actually, you know, use it or post it, anything like that, I would always say overnight. Anything wet overnight is always going to be a saving grace. But yeah, to actually manhandle it and that, then I would say about half an hour, 45 minutes. But I've got a lot of red here. So what I'm just going to do is, this won't even be a specific design as such. It's not going to be a full design, Ben. All that I'm wanting is I'm just wanting to use that excess up. If I scraped all that off, there's still a chance that I'm going to get some of that green coming through.
Yeah.
Now, it wouldn't be a lot, but it's still, for me, I don't want to mix my colours in these pots. If I'm going to mix my colours, I just buy inexpensive, empty
Oh yeah, you said you
pots.
bought some empty ones for the mixed colours.
From the place that you can get delivery the next day. Just from there. And then if you do start to cross-contaminate with the colours, just scrape them into there. You've got your own little pot of a handmade colour. But as I say, within this one here, this isn't going to be anything specific. It's just using it all up, lifting up then, and then we've got a part design.
Oh, that's really nice, actually.
That is still really nice to add as a backdrop.
Yeah.
You know, that could be onto white multi-purpose, then come along with your inks, and then that'll still create a resist. Because remember, when that glue dries with the glitter, that's still going to create a resist for your ink. So you can do your inky backgrounds as well. What about, I know it's Christmas, Halloween. Halloween is coming. Halloween is coming. Witches, cats, and big black bats. Ooh. So yeah, so you can use them. So although it's that holly design, because it's that sketchy, it's not a full design, spiderweb sort of feel to it. I mean, that cat definitely gives you that spiderweb sort of esque feel.
Oh yeah, maybe if you did it with like the
excess.
silver bells, that would look nice with that colour.
In there, yeah. And although I'm scraping the excess, I could still add some colour if I wanted to. So that can go away with maybe some upcoming Halloween demos that I've got.
Upcoming Halloween demos?
Coming very, very soon.
You little tease, you.
Yes, yes, yes. Then we're going to go in. Let's go in with our next panel here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with that panel cardstock that I've got. And then we're going to go into place with our low tack tape once again, creating another hinge.
Okay.
So creating that hinge, and essentially all that I'm going to do now is I'm just going to come along. I'm just going to repeat that step. I've just gone and put that stencil into my water bath. So let me just take our spare set here. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to do exactly the same there. I'm just going to come along and I'm using that smaller stencil. I didn't need to because I'm using that panel one. Gosh, Craig, you didn't need that other big one. We're going to go in. I'm going to then use the holly and the ivy over the full lot, and then we're going to come in and then we're just going to add that poinsettia in the little berries.
We'll say hi to Jeffrey Langley, who's joined us, saying, hello, Craig Bagel. It's Craig or Bagel?
Craig or Bagel.
And
Get
the
it
rest,
right, Jeffrey.
and the rest of the crafty folks. We were talking before the show. Who were we having that chat with? So someone was saying,
Julia.
Oh, Julia, wasn't
all
it?
the names that I've got.
Yeah, all of his nicknames that
All
he's
the
got.
nicknames.
Hottie Scotties and
We couldn't say the nickname she was saying. though.
Crafty Craig. No, we couldn't do that one. But
No.
Craig or Bagel, that's 3.
Yep.
Foosty Goosey from Carnoustie, 4. He's got loads.
Loads.
He's so nicknameable. Stephanie Theodos has joined us from New Jersey, saying it's a hot heat wave, hot Farmingdale, New Jersey. Lots of love for that last background as well. Eleanor saying, pretty Craig. And Rosalind joins us from Maryland. And also Carletta says, hello everyone from Arkansas.
Hello.
Hello. Do you tend to do a lot of this type of craft when you're at home, or is it something that you turn to occasionally?
Occasionally, yeah. It's not something that I do daily.
No.
But I do like to dip my hand in it. I like to then just incorporate my glitters, and my stencils. It's a nice. It's something. When I say it's very creative, there's just something about stencils and glitter paste and spreading it on and creating your layers and backgrounds, something really, really satisfying.
Yeah, I think stencils in general are a good in again, aren't they, for beginners? You know, you can't really go too far wrong with a stencil, whatever medium you're using. Look at that.
Definitely not.
Brilliant.
So that one I can sit to the side as well for now. And then all that I'm going to do is let's go in. I'm just going to take another bit of black cardstock. Let's just take that again. This is just about not wasting any of that. I'm just going to come in there. The reason I just put that onto there and not back in at my tub is there was still some red within that.
Yeah.
So let's just come in with this one. And then this time I really am just going to mix the colours together. We're just going to go in, layer that up, can let it dry and then cut it out afterwards. So let's just take that off. Let's then come along and then let's lift. And then look at that, we've then got the green and the red tones mixed together that we can trim down afterwards. So let's take that one off there, and then I'm just going to move that one out of the way into here, and then let's just pop that in the water, let's pop that in the water, and then I'm just going to give my glass mat a quick wipe here, Ben, and then what we can then do is then we can then come along and then we'll go into our large cardstock and then we can start to create the actual gift bag for the layers, for the glitter layers to go onto. So let's take that one off into here. I'm just going to dry that. Kitchen roll or paper roll, anything like that's going to be a good friend. We'll move that out of the way. So we're all dried now, which we are. And then I'm going to come in with my cardstock. So bringing in my cardstock, bringing in my guillotine for in this one here. So we've got our two pieces. So what I need to do is I need to cut both of them to 10.5 by 10.5. So let's take our first one here. So going in up to 10.5 inches by 10.5. And what we can then do is bring our second one in, and we're going to do that at the same time. So let's do 10.5, not 10, 10.5, it's there. And then turn that around, and then we're just doing our 10.5 again. So that's me got the basis of what will be our gift bag. So it's 10.5 by 10.5, quite multi-purpose. Keep these to use later on. Let's move that one in. We're going to go in with our scoreboard. So when it comes to our scoreboard, bringing in our scoring tool. So we're going to go up to our left-hand side, which is the box lid side. Now, although we're not necessarily making a box, the box lid is the true measurement size. So if you are going to be using it as a measurement guide of some sort, always pop it up to the left-hand side of the box lid. So for this one then, what we're going to do is we're going to come along and we're going to score at 8 inches here.
Okay.
So scoring at 8. And then we're going to come along and we're going to score at 10. This is then going to create a little panel down the side here. So that's 8 inches, and then that's 10 inches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that around just now, and then we're going to score at the 2 inch. So this is what's going to be along the bottom. So let's score. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to turn it back the way that I had it, and there's a reason that I'm doing that. I'm now going to come along to the 9 inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score, but I'm only going to come up to around about an inch from that score line that I've done there. And that's because that's going to create kind of like that side gusset of the gift bag. Now, I don't want to come all the way down to that score line there. I just want to come to maybe about an inch. So remember, that's 10.5 by 10.5. I've scored all the way down at 8 inches. I've scored all the way down at 10 inches. I've then turned it on its side, and I've scored all the way down at 2 inches. And because I've done that, I've got a visual guide now as to my base score line. So I've gone back in at 9 inches, and I've scored down to roughly, it doesn't need to be exact, but roughly an inch away from that score line. What we're then going to do is we're just going to repeat that again for the second one. So we're just going to come along, box lid side. We're then just going to score at 8 inches from top to bottom lightly and a few times. 10 inches lightly and a few times. I'm going to turn it on itself and we're going to score at 2 lightly and a few times. Turning it back, for me, it's easier to do it this way, to then go back in now to the 9 inch and we're going to score down to just round about an inch away, an inch up from our additional score line at the base just here. So that's then given me these two. So they're already scored. So I think, well, I will do my cutting and scoring right now, and then we'll have a little break just after I've done that for anyone to catch up.
Nice.
Perfect. So going in at that 8 inch mark, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold. So all of these lines, apart from that partial line at the 9 inch there, so that middle one, I'm not going to score that one. All the other ones I am. So we're just going to score and burnish. We're just going to then score and then burnish. So what we can then do is set that one to the side. We're then just going to score and burnish, score and burnish. So I think if I do the score lines, and then what I can do is if I come back to you, Ben, and then we can then crack on, just so that everyone knows. These layers here, if I bring them in just here so that you know, with the glitter layers, within that one there, let's move that up for a second here. So that was 7 by 7, and then within that one, that was 5.5 by 2.5, and then we'll do that little square one that I've done. We'll do that one later on. So that's those two. And then for these two layers, that was 10.5 by 10.5. We scored at 8 inch, we scored at 10 inch, turned it on, scored at 2 inch, I turned it back on itself, then I've scored at 9 inches, and I've just come up to about an inch roughly from that base score line. That's where we've got to. I'll not do any more at this point here, and then until we come back, and then we can move on to the next bit.
Loads of love coming through for the craft along. Hey, Deborah Spencer, who says greetings from Texas. Laurie says, hey, hi friends, got a fresh cup of Joe. Fresh cup of Joe? Oh, is that
tea,
coffee?
Isn't it? Tea or coffee? Coffee, isn't it?
Coffee? Cup of Joe?
Coffee.
Coffee. I'm watching from Gilbert, Arizona. It's 6:30 a.m. Welcome. No doubt you're drinking a hot cup of Joe, because 6:30 in the morning, I'll be drinking that too. Linda's in from Maryland. Brenda Black says, I look forward to Craig's Halloween cards as I'm going to have a Halloween party this year. Whoop, whoop. Cat Butt says, hi everyone, I'm sorry I'm late. Much love, Craig and Ben. Sending you much love. And Sensational Sky says, it's skeletons will be after you, witches, hats and big black bats, ghosts and goblins too. Ben and Craig, get it right. Oh, that might be the extended mix.
That must be the extended mix. Yeah,
Halloween
it's not my version.
No. Lynn Geddes joins us saying good afternoon from a very hot Fortuna, Murcia, Spain. We are sweltering in 44 degrees. That is 110. So Craig and Ben and the aircon for me this afternoon. Lois joins us from the place that looks like a tractor. Says good morning everyone from Ohio. Rhonda says can't wait to see the new Halloween collection. New
Halloween collection?
New Halloween collection.
Did I give anything away?
Didn't say anything about that, did we? And Dan Hatch says, thanks Craig on how to use the glitter paste. I was having a little trouble with it yesterday. That's what we're here for.
Exactly.
And one, we've kind of touched on this, but I know people join in all the time. Micheline is just saying, could you use the red glitter glue or a paintbrush to add the berries? You could use the glitter glue. You said that earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, you could do. Yeah, you could do. Yes, you could use a paintbrush. Absolutely, you can do. What you would just want to do, a paintbrush, you tend to just kind of smooth on. You smooth your paint on or your medium on. What I would do is I would just use the paintbrush as an additional spatula, I suppose. Just pick up the glitter glue and then just dot it into place there, so you've got that coverage. So yeah, so if you want to then, of course, use that one, you absolutely can do. No problem.
Let us very quickly, before we have a short little break and a little look at some other goodies, see how Christine is getting on in New York. Oh, she's red poison. You can tell she's done 20 craft logs. She's there, she's on her mark, she's ready to go with the project, ready to show us. How are you doing, Christine?
I'm doing good.
Let's have a look at your, have you done the background?
Yes.
Oh,
awesome.
Wow. That is incredible. And there's your little...
And I don't have white cardstock for the bag, so I'm doing something different.
Okay, so you're sort of doing your own thing a little bit.
Well, it's going to be a bag. I'm just using different paper.
That's it. Do you, I was just chatting to Craig, he was saying sort of he occasionally, spices things up with the old glitter paste. Is it something that you do a lot, or is it something that you use occasionally? Do you do a lot of this style of crafting?
I really haven't used glitter paste enough. I used it when it first came out with you guys like a year or so ago, and then I haven't used it since. So it's really fun. I did it like a whole hour of glitter pasting a little while ago. So, and it's really easy. Anyone can do it.
Yeah, that's a good thing, isn't it? We're chatting about like stencils in general are brilliant because they, you can put so many different mediums through them. And if you're just starting off, it's an easy way to kind of get a start on a project, isn't it?
Right, exactly. I mean, and with those stencils, obviously, you don't have to use glitter either. Just use all your
That's exactly right.
background for everything.
Yeah. It's great to have you with us. Can I just say as well, I'm really admiring your lights in the background. Are they normally there?
I put them, they're always there. I just put them on when you guys are on, when I go with you guys.
I like them. I don't know why, but they're making me feel really Christmassy. Probably about 150 days to go. Your setup is amazing, Christine. Honestly, every time you let us into your home, I just wow at your setup.
Ben, I have no place left for paper.
do you like paper pads, Christine, do you?
Oh, I don't know. Where'd you hear that?
I just heard you got one or two, one or two.
I didn't wear my crown today.
Oh, yeah, where's your crown? You've let your crown slip, literally. It's great to have you with us, Christine. We'll pop back on over to you in just a bit for another chat. We are going to have a quick look, though, at some other goodies, I think, before we have... Are we having a break as well? Yes, we are. Okay, I'll quickly rattle you through this. I won't spend too much time because we'll show you in more detail a little bit later on. But cartload later... we have got so many great deals for you, and some deals you will not see in this show and you won't have seen, you'll only see in Cartload itself. The Club Inspire Party Bag is unbelievable. £154 or $200 worth for £40 or $48. If you're platinum, well, it comes down even more for you. It is actually $37.50 or $45. What you are going to be getting in this bag, the first two items are these two here. So you're getting a set of illustrators, the figure in the illustrator, so you've got the dual-ended alcohol markers with that beautiful brush nib, and then your fine, ultra-fine nib, and then you've also got the stamp and die set, the hanging sign and vines from the Country Lane. If you're platinum, that is more than the value of your bag right there, so it's equivalent to everything else in the bag I'm about to show you getting for free. So, and I think for probably the first time ever, we're popping in some storage for you, one of the 6x6 paper takers from Totally Tiffany. You're going to get all of this cardstock included as well, that luxury cardstock, precious metals. You have got 40 sheets in there, including glitter card, adhesive glitter card, matte mirror card and mirror card. We're also going to be giving you low-tack tape. You're going to be getting a selection of our classic pens, so a nice way to be able to try these. 3 colours you're going to be getting in our classics. On top of that, you're getting items from the Masquerade Ball collection, so the 3D embossing folder with the mask. You're getting the mask in die form, and we're going to give you all of those stamps as well from that collection. So that is a great set, all for free. Then you're going to get one of our pop-out sentiment dies, which is the Just For You. We're going to give you one of our aperture stamps. My favourite from this collection, actually, because it's the hot air balloons in flight, up and away. Then we give you a whole host of tools, 2 pokey tools you're going to get. You're going to get your large and curved bone folder. You're also going to get alphabet dies, so handy. You're actually getting 52 there because you've got the inner and the outer of those dies, so great for your mats and layers as well. We're giving you one of our pop-out scenes, which is the Go Camping, plus you're going to get one of our opaque pigment ink pads in the Dams and Wine, and then last but by no means least, you've got one of the little storage units which you use with your Deskmade. That one. So the little pen storage one that you're getting in there as well. All of that is yours for free. Oh, you get a little clip in there too, I forgot about that. Get your little clip included as well. All of that you're getting for free within the bag. But basically, you're paying for the pens and that set of dies from your Country Lane collection. £40, $48. Don't forget that if you're platinum, that is $37.50 or $45. You'll get double points on that as well. Right, we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we are going to carry on with our craft along. In the meantime, get checked out. That's the most popular item of the day today, by the way. It's flying out the doors, so get that checked out. We'll come back with more Inspo with Craig in just about 4 minutes' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Stephanie says, looking fabulous, Christine. Isn't Christine looking fabulous? And her whole setup looks amazing as well. You and your glitter stencils, says Stephanie. It's all going brilliantly. Christine doing a fab job as well. Evelyn's joined us from Colorado. And Eleanor Schwing Jones says, oh, Ben, what happened to your finger? I had a little operation on it. I've had a lot of sympathy. And if I start going on about it, they're like, oh, he's always going on about his finger. But thank you for asking. I'm on the mend. Stitches out on Tuesday. Right, let us get back to Craig because we've got lots to crack on with. What we're going to do next.
Rightio, so let's just cut a couple of our layers, then we can do a little bit of construction. So let's go in with our black matte cardstock. So this is where we're going to start to do some layers for our glitter paste layers. So for this one, our first one, we're going to cut to 7 1/4 by 7 1/4 because that will be a matting layer for our main holly and berry glitter paste backdrop. So that's one layer. Then what I'm going to do within this one here, so for our black, what we're doing for this one is we're going to cut it to 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. So let's go 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. So we've got our additional layer there. I'm going to jump back ever so slightly because I forgot we still need to do the bells. So for this one, what we're going to do is the cardstock that you're going to cut, your white cardstock, we're going to cut that one to 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then what I'm going to do is let's bring in a bit of black because we need to do a matting layer for that. Let's go in 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So let's pop that one, so as you can tell, that will be our matting layer for that one. So I'm going to move them ones out the way for now. Before we go into that construction part, as I said, I did forget about this bit, so let's go back in with our bells and our stencils. So for this, we're going to do a little bit of a double ombre with your fairy lights and the glitter bells. So let's take our low tack tape. I'm going to position that. If you want to use your spray, go for it. For the cardstock, because it's a smaller piece of card, there's a tendency that it can start to move about. So I'm just doing a little dot with my dotty tape runner. You can use your normal if you want to, or a little glue dot, something just to hold it in, repositionable spray. Again, that's up to yourself. Then what we can do is let's take our 2 glitter pots. I'm going to go in with my spatula I've just got here within my little water bath. So let's take that water off. And then let's take our lids off. So if we take our first one, and then we're going to go in with the silver bells. So what we can do is go in with either one to start with. But I'm going to go in with the silver bells towards the top. So I'm just going to take that little bit. So I'm not wanting much because we don't need much. What we're then going to do is we're just going to pop that over the top there. And we're going to come in a little bit at an angle.
Yeah.
So we're just going to scrape that in, go in, infill any of these bits, like it there. This bit I can take all that back into the pot, pop our lid on, take that excess off, and then what we can do is go back now in with our gold, take that little bit. Now for this one, this is where I don't want to contradict myself here, Ben, but with the silver bells, because that's a lighter colour,
Yeah.
if I do get a little bit of cross-contamination,
You're not too fussed.
once it's mixed in with the fairy lights, you're not going to see it.
Oh, okay.
You're not going to see it. So therefore, I'm just going to go straight in. If you've got a little bit, mix it in, you're not going to see it.
Yeah.
So anything like that, if we're going darker into a light and you're not going to see that cross-contamination, I'll just go in and take the excess off. Back into my little water bath. I'm going to then lift that one off, and then we've got, how cool is that?
Oh, it's so good, isn't it? Look at that.
With that little ombre feel. So move that one out the way. Let's just take that one for now. I'm going to dunk that into my water bath, and then let's go back in now with our gift bag here. So let's come in with this one. I'm going to go in, I love my snippy scissors, you can use your large scissors if you want. This little triangle here, rectangle, we're going to go in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip that away there, and then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to come in at a slight angle, and then this little score line here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in, I'm going to cut down, and then once again I'm just going to cut at a bit of an angle here. And then we can do exactly the same within our next one. So let's come in, let's cut that long rectangle, snip that out, and then we're just going to come down, we're going to then cut up to our score line, and then we're just going to take a little angle out there, and then that is where we're going to start to form the basis of it. So what I'm going to do is this one, let's go in with our red liner tape. Use your tacky glue if you want to, but I'm going to turn that around. I'm going to use my red liner tape and go along that tab, and then let's cut that off. Let's just do the additional one as well here, and then we're just going to then add that on and travel all the way up. I'm using my 12mm red liner tape. If you don't have this thick one, you can use, you know, 2 strips of your 6mm if you want, or a few of your 3mm. That's up to yourself. And then I'm not going to put the adhesive on the base at the moment because I like to start to form it in a certain way so it gives you structure on the base.
Yeah.
But what we can do is then let's take 1 strip off and we're going to join that up. So we're going up to our score line, up to our top line. We're then going to press. We're going to give that a light rub to build up that heat. And then we're just going to then come into our next one. We're going to take that off here. And then we're just going to close that over. So what I like to do is then fold that in, and then it naturally starts to form into position. Press that in, and then as you can see from up above and from the side there is our little gift bag starting to come in. And because we've done that little gusset at the side there, you've got, you know how it looks when you've got that little gift bag if you purchase it out of any store.
Posh.
So you've got that posh element. So then it starts at the air, ends at the bottom there, so you've got that side of the gift bag. Then what I'm going to do, so this is the way that I like to form the bases of any of my boxes or gift bags. And this is going to create extra strength and structure. So I'm going to do it without adhesive to start with because I want to layer all this together, then we'll form it. But what we're going to do is our main tab, we're going to fold first. Then we'll go in with our side one span. Then we'll go back with our base tab. So what that does, it gives you a nice, crisp, clean base. If you were to look inside, it's nice, it's crisp, it's clean. Otherwise, what could happen, and you know, this isn't a bad thing, but it's just about the way that it looks. If you do them first, what you can then potentially see is the joins inside. Or if you do it the other way, what you've then got is the joins outside.
I see.
And because you're creating that kind of side panel layer together like that, you're creating extra strength and stability by going in. So you're sandwiching that connection layer underneath.
Good
so
tip,
it looks good, but then it's giving you extra strength. So for this one, what I'm going to do is we can then actually, let's start to layer these bits together. So we're still not going to do our glitter layer just yet because it's still wet. But what we can do within this one is start to layer this together. For this, let's use my tape runner. So we're going to go in with this one. And this is where at the start I was talking about it might be a little bit, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll move to the next bit, because what we will do is we'll do this layer with our black cardstock, and then what we'll do, Ben, is we'll then start our card, we'll move to the next one.
Okay.
Just to give our glitter layer a little bit longer to dry.
I got you.
So that can go into here. We can press that into place here. Again, at the moment, I don't want to form the bases because when I come to then pop my glitter paste layer into place, I don't want to be doing it in mid-air. So I just like to keep it flat at the moment. We've got our layers ready to go just shortly. So once they're dried, we can then mat and layer that on. Once this one is a little bit more dry, that will then be trimmed down. That's then going to go onto that black layer. And then, as we know by now, we can tell, once that's dried a little bit more, that's where it's going to go on the front of our gift bag. So I can set that out the way. I'm going to set that one out the way. And then all that I'm going to do, before we come in and move on to the card, let's bring in our little sentiments. Now for our sentiments, what we're going to need to do is we're going to then bring in our guillotine again. And I'm just going to come in with our white multi-purpose cardstock. Now, so for this one, for our sentiment, what we're then going to do is we're just going to then take our cardstock. I'm going to then cut that to 2.5 inches. I'm actually, if I read my own instructions, let's do 2 inches. So I'm doing 2 inches. I'm keeping this long at the moment because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little V in there.
Yeah.
So by keeping it longer, you can then come along and then you can then cut that V at any angle you want. Let's take a little scrap piece of the black card. So that, actually that's at the width that I want, 2.25. So once again, I've got my matten layer. I'm not worried about the length at the moment because I'm going to freehand cut my little angle at the side there. So we can then take my stamping platform. So let's take my stamping platform, what that's there for, let's just discard that one. Let's go in, let's use our discs here. And for this, I'm just going to be using my ink pad. I'm just going to use my Noir Blacks, I've got it here. Let's go in with our sentiment. Merry Christmas is the one that I'm going to use, which is here. And then I'm going to pop that into place there. So I want that nice little layer just to the side. So let's stamp that in, get that into place. Let's ink up. So I'm going to ink this with my black. We're then going to then come into place. Let's stamp that, press that in. I want to intensify that a little bit more. So let's do a double stamp and press. And because it's our stamping platform with magnetic discs, it means I'm going to get bang on exactly where I want it to. And I'm getting a really strong black. The reason I want that is I want to pull the black matte layers in with the sentiment.
Yeah,
so I want it really strong. So taking that out the way, that out the way. Then when it comes to little tails, I like to just use, I know I've not written it on the instruction sheet or the product sheet, but what I do like to do, and even then think, I'm going to have to look at what I've written down, because that's a little bit too thicker than I want. So let's trim 1/4 of an inch and then 1/4 of an inch. So essentially, if you're doing this later, cut your cardstock to 1.5 inches thickness. If you're following along with me right now, take 1/4 of an inch off the top, 1/4 of an inch off the bottom. We need to then, of course, come along and change our black layer. So our black layer, we're going to then cut at 1 3/4 to give us our matting layer. And then when it comes to the tails, what I tend to do is I tend to just freehand, but I like to use my glass mat. So I like to line it up onto a specific point. And then all that I'm doing is, let's just go into that center. I'm going to come in a little bit further into here. And then I just sketch with a pencil.
Okay.
So that's my center point there. So I'm just going to come down and then I'm just going to sketch. Let's go in with my scissors here.
Isn't there a die in one of our boxes somewhere that cuts you a tail like that? Is it in the Sent with Love box, I think I want to say?
It's one of them anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember offhand which one it is. But yeah, it's on one of them. So let's just add that on, bring that into place.
Okay.
I'm going to matte and layer that on. And then if you want to go in with a white pencil or a little mark with your pokey tool, you can do that, or I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to freehand cut with a little matting layer.
Lots of people liking your tips with the bag at the bottom, because Catbutt says, I've been making bags from my nutcracker paper and I never thought to sandwich the tabs.
Sandwich the tabs.
Just that sort of last little finishing touch, isn't it?
It is.
Keeping all your workings neat.
It does, as I say, it does the two jobs. It keeps it neat, but it creates that exercise. Because again, if you think about it, it's layer upon layer, which creates strength, and that's what it's doing. So there's so many things, so many easy things that I don't even think of, Ben. And then I'm watching here, or I'm online or something, and then someone will just point it out, and I'm like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
It happens to us all.
You can't think of everything, mate.
You can't.
No, I mean you can't, because you think of most things. You can't think of everything.
No.
Can't
think of.
Got to let some other people think of some other stuff. You can't come up with it all.
I'm very giving in that way.
You are very giving
in that way.
Very trying.
And then there's our sentiment that will go onto our gift bag.
Yeah.
Do you want to take another quick break just for me to recap and get my next bits layered up together and then come back? Okey-doke, let's do that.
Just a quick question before we do that. Craig says, Brenda, are you using the regular matte black cardstock for your mats and layers?
Yes, I am. Yep, just a regular one.
Okay. And Vanessa says, good morning, everyone, from Florida. Keep the questions coming. Do you know what? Not too many questions, which I always think is quite a good thing when we do a craft along, because it means that Craig is doing his job correctly and he's covering off all of the points. He's kind of preempting anything that you might ask, so I think that's good. But if there is anything that you want to ask, then feel free to do so. Remember as well, if you're shopping for anything today, you can use that code. Use the code Club11 to get an extra 11% off. whatever you're shopping for today. Like, for example, the deal on the MIDI machine is incroyable, as they say in France. It's my favourite machine. It's simplicity without electricity. It's the bigger of the manual machines that we do. It is portable, it is precise, it is powerful, and it's simple to use too. And look, there's that code there. This deal today is incredible because we're taking off you're down to $55.99, $71.96 if you are gold, but then if you're platinum, you're getting that 25% off, so £52.49, $67.46, but then we give you a free goodie bag to go with your MIDI as well, which is incredible. That's where this sort of saving comes from when you consider everything that you're going to get in the bag. And what I would say to you is, if maybe you are thinking about purchasing a MIDI for yourself today, or maybe for a friend or family member, this is the deal to go for today, because you get the MIDI at a reduced price, and then you get all of these goodies here for absolutely nothing. You're going to get one of the waterfall dies, you're going to get the Parasol 3D embossing folder from the garden party, you're getting the Country Lane stamps in there, you've got one of our brush lettering stamps included in the bundle. We're going to give you the Masquerade Ball chandelier, actually across a lot of the goodie bags today. You're picking up the majority of the Masquerade Ball collection if you missed out on that. You've got the Best Wishes pop-out sentiment die. You've got a beautiful credit card frame with stamps. That love is in this bag. Plus you've got one of our connecting sentiment stamps and dies in there as well, which is so thankful for you. All of that is yours for free when you buy the MIDI, which is incredible today. It is the, I think it's the third best-selling deal of the day today. Grab it whilst you can, because it's proving very, very popular indeed, with the double points, with the extra discounts as well. It is a great day to pick up your Gemini MIDI. All right, we're going over to speak to Christine. All right, let's see how she is getting on, working away furiously in her craft room. How are you getting on, Christine?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's pouring here. Ooh, I hope we don't lose power.
What's going on?
It's like really raining hard out here.
Oh, no. Well, it's raining here as well, and we've been, touch wood, all right so far, but we'll keep everything crossed. Where are you up to with your project? Oh, yay!
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I made it with cardstock because, you know, the Christmas cardstock, because I didn't have any of the white size.
What's the paper you've used?
This is, I think, Vintage Christmas.
Oh, I love it. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yes. Thumbs up from you, Craig?
Definitely, big thumbs up, yeah. Great idea to use your pattern paper too.
That looks brilliant, Christine.
And this is where the layer of the base, Ben, those tabs, that'll really, really come into force if you're using something like your pattern paper, because of course that's going to create that extra strength for the base of it.
Good stuff.
It's coming out good. I love it, Craig. Thank you.
Brilliant. I'm glad you like it.
Nice one. We are going to carry on with the next part of the project in just a second, so we'll come back to you shortly, Christine, but I believe we are going to take a short little break before we do that. Opportunities to get checked out if you are shopping this afternoon. Maybe it's the first time you've seen the stencils and the glitter paste and you want to grab those. They're available as individual bundles and available as individual items as well if you want to just pick and choose those. But the MIDI's proving popular, as is our Club Inspire bag as well. So let's give you opportunity to check out, and we'll come back very shortly indeed with the next part of our craft along.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right? Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does
That's
she do?
exactly
What
how
does she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome back. Christine, beautiful, says Sarah Brown. Well done. I concur. I love Christine's bag. Great, Christine, says Linda Armstead. Looks fabulous, Christine, says Sarah Ibbotson. I like the pattern paper. Yeah, a great choice of using the paper. I absolutely love that. A couple of questions coming in. Oh, no, hang on. Only one question coming. Where did the question go? There was a question there. It just disappeared. I have a quick question, says Angie. Oh, by the way, Angie, thank you for your message, which says my... And I don't know what this means, but it is the emoji with sunglasses on. 3 times.
Cool. Is that the cool?
Yeah, it says my 3 of those emojis are together again. Good to see you, Ben and Craig.
Cool dudes.
Ah, so my cool dudes.
Yeah,
so she's calling us like cool.
You're cool.
We're cool, man.
Cool dudes.
So we're like really trendy, yeah?
Yeah.
We are like proper groovy, cool, and hip.
Was she asking the question?
Oh yeah, well she sent that through first and then she asked a question later.
Sorry, Ben. Yes, if you've got a question, do ask it, Ben.
She says, I have a quick question.
Oh, there we go. Fancy that. That cool that I'm already thinking ahead. Sorry, Ben. Sorry.
If I wanted to stamp gold with a black shadow, would I go around in black pen or is there a way to stamp with an outline? Does that make sense?
Say that again.
If I wanted to stamp gold with a black shadow, would I go round in a black pen, or is there a way to stamp with an outline? Does that make sense?
I'm not, obviously I know we won't be talking about the glitter paste, so we're talking about our Midas ink pad. What gold are we
yeah, more info,
about?
I think we need.
Yeah,
more info.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, I can't work.
Okay.
I want to stamp in gold, with a black
shadow. Would I go round it in black pen, or is there a way to stamp with an outline?
Not too sure on that
Okay.
one.
Send more details, Angie. And Jules says, have you shown the favourite box yet? Just seen it on Cartland. We have. We showed them in Wake Up Call, but we will, if we get a chance, we'll maybe dip into 1 or 2 in this show. If there's a particular one you want to see, Jules, let me know, and I'll do my very best next time Craig has a break to show that for you. But if you want to see them all unboxed, we did it at the back end of Wake Up Call this morning. Okie dokie. Let's get back to Craig. We on the card now. You right?
I thought you were ready to be Ace Ventura.
I nearly did. Oh, righty then. P-A-R-T-Y, no, that's the mask, because I gotta.
Yeah. Still Jim Carrey though.
Yeah.
Great guy. Don't know him personally, but good guy.
Oh, pardon me. Pardon you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so immature.
How are you this afternoon? Alrighty then.
Right, heavyweight acetate. heavyweight acetate we've got here. Right, what we're going to do is I've already pre-cut this just so that I didn't have to bring in a full sheet of A4. But what you're going to do is you're going to cut a piece to 5 3/4, and then you're going to turn it and cut to 6 3/4. So it's 5 3/4 by 6 3/4. And then what we're going to do, my one, it's still got the protective backing on. So we're going to then take that protective backing off. So let's just give that a little scrape in each corner just to find out where that backing is. So once we've got a hold of it, we're just going to peel that one off. And then what we're going to do is let's go in with our scoreboard again. Now where we've got our longer edge, which is the 6 3/4, we're going to pop that up to the side of our scoreboard. And then we're going to score at 1 inch. Now we're going to score at 1 inch because what will happen is once we fold that, that will then give us a front that's 5 3/4 by 5 3/4.
Okay.
So let's just fold that in half, and then that will be the front of our card that we're going to use our glitter paste on. So now that we've got that one, what we're then going to do is we're then just going to come in, and then we're going to then take, let's do our pasting first. Actually, yeah, let's bring in our paste and our flakes. So we're going to go in with the snowflakes here, and we're going to use the graceful snowflakes. Now for this one, what we're going to do is we're going to be using the Snow Angel, because this has got kind of like an iridescent kind of Aurora Borealis feel to it, that what will happen is once we start to team it with the baby blue in the background, it starts to pick up that baby blue colour. So I'm going to go in here. Now what I am going to do, because it's acetate, I'm going to turn it that way to make it easier for myself. So where I've got the fold of my card, I'm just putting it at the top, but then I'm also going to re-flatten it to keep it flat. And then I'm going to go over the top with my acetate, my stencil. I'm going to create another hinge at the top just here. So I've got my hinge ready to go. Let's go in with our glitter paste. We're going to go in with our spatula as well, just here. And then we can then start give it a really nice coverage.
Angie's come back.
Has she?
She says, earlier Craig stamped a sentiment in black. And I thought it would be great in gold with a black outline.
Right, so what I would, if you're, right, got where you are on that. So, and essentially what you'd be meaning is if you stamp that with your gold Midas ink pad, then what I would do is go around with a really fine, fine nib from our Classique pen, or maybe your art liner, or maybe even the really fine nib from your Illustrator pen.
Yeah.
Or don't forget, you can still, well, I was a way to say with your aqua pens, but aqua pens with your alcohol, well, actually, yeah, no, you could use that really fine nib from your aqua pen end, you know, that really, really fine one. You could do that. So yeah, stamp with your gold, and then just go around the edge with whatever form of end of pen you want. Classic, Illustrator, aqua pen, stamp, and then draw around it that way. So yeah, essentially, it's what I like to do, like with the black with the grey outline.
Yeah.
You know how
well, did you say art liner you could use as well?
You could use it. Yeah. Obviously, your art liners, some of them have got different size nibs.
Yeah, but there's a thicker one you could use.
There's a thicker one that you could use. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so like you say, what you do with your ice grey pen,
just that's what you do with your black instead, yeah.
There you go. We got there, Angie. We got there. We got there in the end.
We probably made it a lot harder than what your question actually was. But hey ho, we got there. Right, you can tell the team have absolutely loved this one because we've only got the one pot of it here.
Oh, do you want, have you got enough?
I've got enough, yeah.
I've got some more over here if you need. Oh, actually, you may as well... I have got a random spare pot here.
It's maybe what it is then. Yeah, maybe what it is. Let's just make sure. Thanks.
Welcome. Only for you, though.
That can go into my bag. Joking.
Or is he?
Or am I? Yeah, no, I'm more of a foam pad knicker than a glitter taker.
Craig does not nick foam pads.
Oh, I do.
Or does he?
Oh, I do.
Oh, I do.
We're surrounded by machines and pens. What will I take? Foam pad.
Easier to smuggle out though, I guess.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to smuggle out a Gemini 2 under your coat, are you?
No. No, I say all that, you know, I'm being honest, but also flippantly as well. If I do take anything, it's just little things like a foam pad sheet or something like that.
Yeah, it's just the odd
I'm not
thing.
going to be taking things such as a full pack of classics or anything like that. Right, let's take... Do you think I covered myself there? Do you think I covered myself well there, Ben?
Yeah, just
the
about.
bosses are watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, got away with that one.
Quickly move on.
Yeah, let's just move on. So let's take that one off, and then what we've then got, look at that coverage, Ben.
Yeah, it's amazing.
On our acetate. That's not going to flake, that's not going to peel, it's not going to pick off.
It's incredible that you can create your own acetate like that. It reminds me of the some of the acetate that we've got in the new Winter Wonderland that we launched recently. That's got that same sort of effect, that sort of whited effect. It looks brilliant.
It looks really, really good. And then you'll see just shortly as we start to team it together, what happens is it starts to pick up whichever colour it is against.
Oh, I see.
So it can turn into the blue, then it can turn into more of your deeper monochromatics if it's black. So you've got that feel. You know, it is, as Dean said, it's like your chameleon, but you know, it's got that AB Aurora Borealis feel to it. What I am just going to do, what I could have done beforehand, just with my low-tack tape, is just masked off the edge of my acetate there, which will be my fold of my card. So what I'm just going to do is just take that excess off for now, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to then sit that one out of the way for now. Can I actually, I tell you what, let's take our card. So what do I need for this one? So let's go in with my Centura Pearl. So we've got our white, we've got our blue as well. So I'm going to go in with my stitched edge nesting dies. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm then just going to go in, and then I'm just going to take my 3 1/4. So I'm going to go in with my 3 1/4. So Ben, can you, seeing as you've got the MIDI,
Oh, to run that through?
can you cut me that?
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit loud,
That
wasn't
one.
it?
Oh, you're all excited there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did say I was going to have the craft along.
And then, can you cut me 2 of these?
2 of those.
So 2 of these circles in that white multi-punch. So 2 of them.
2 of them.
And just that one there.
Sure, best bud.
Perfect, thank you. If you
I've
do
got
that.
your back.
Have you got a folder? Do you need a folder?
I've got folders over here, mate.
You've got folders over
Ah,
there.
yeah.
Excellent.
Give me 2 minutes, mate. I'll be right with you.
Yeah, that's fine then. You crack on. Right, what we can then do is then let's take another piece of our white multi-purpose cardstock. Now what I do want is I want a strip that is 1/2 inch in width. Now, it's not impossible to do it that way, it can just be a little bit temperamental. So what I like to do is we're going to go up. So I'm going to cut this to the nearest 1/4 inch. So it just so happens that I'm at 8 1/4 inches. So what I'm going to do is move down 1/4 inch, move another 1/4 inch. That then gives me my 1/2 inch, and then we're just going to cut. So what I've done there is I need an extra 1/4 inch. So now I'm at 7 3/4. So disregard what I've just said there a moment ago. So go to your nearest 1/4 inch. So I'm there at 7 3/4. So remember, my strip, I want it to be 3/4 inch. So there's 1/4, there's 1/2 inch, and there's 3/4 inch cut. And then that is the easiest, if not safest way to create a strip that is 3/4 inch in thickness without trying to work your way in at the actual blade side of the guillotine. Not worried at the moment about the length of it either, because of course we're just going to trim that ourselves. And then what I'm going to do is let's just come in with that baby blue here. This one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, and because I want it to be 1 inch thick, then it's easier to do it.
Think I might.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, my granddad used to say that.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I think I owe you a die.
There you go.
Where's that other die
You owe
gone?
me a die.
Yeah, oh, it's here.
Do you?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to die cut as easy as simply as I just did as well, get your mini today. Roll up with a free goodie bag.
Any additional discount benefits when it comes to Club Inspire?
Yeah, you get 25% off if you're Platinum Mate, and you get also 11% off if you use the code CLUB11.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So all these layers here, so I can set them out the way for now. I'm just going to come in with our centre layer. This time what I'm going to do is go in with my little snowflake.
Ah.
And let's just stick that one on.
Such a good stencil set, isn't it, this? The fact that you've got the different sizes and the icons and the borders and the backgrounds. I really like it. It's very comprehensive.
It is. It really, really is. It really, really is. A nice comprehensive set.
Yeah.
But I'm then just going to go in and then take in my, what was I going to do with this one? I'm going to go in with the Angel Snow again, and then I'm just going to go in with the Ice Dance. So we're going to go in with the two blues here. So what I'm going to do is let's go in with a little bit of the Angel Snow in here. Actually, that one you had was already open, Ben. So that must have been the additional set for here.
Oh. Oh, what, the Snow Angel?
Yeah, the Snow Angel.
Oh, well, having said that, the one we've got on the display stand is open as well.
Is it? Oh,
so everyone's just opened everything.
Everyone's just opened them.
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell Tracy's not about.
Yeah, there'd be hell on.
She does get some stick, doesn't she?
But we love her.
But then she gives it as good as she gets.
Oh boy, does she give it.
Oh yeah.
She knows how to give it back, doesn't she?
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
She does.
She does. Crafty Angie, by the way, says, thank you, Craig and Ben. It's clearly answered the question about the gold and the black.
Perfect.
Said you clearly answered it in my mind. I keep forgetting about my art liner pens.
Yeah, yeah. Use them. Use them.
Those are definitely the way forward. So saw a lot of those yesterday with Sheena. Oh, by the way, whilst you're doing that, how epic was Sheena yesterday? Your first two shows, everyone was telling me, was epic.
Oh, yeah.
Our third show, one of the most epic shows I've ever done, creating backgrounds from drawing a line.
A line.
A line.
A line.
A
She
line.
drew a line.
And created an unbelievable piece of art.
It was, guys, she drew a line
A
with
line.
an aqua pen.
Yes.
A line.
A line.
On one. On another one, she drew three lines. Three different
lines.
colours. Holy smokes, what she created was incredible. You have to go back to yesterday, tune in to Wake Up Call with myself and Sheena, and then we had Colour Me Happy, and then Ben came.
Beautiful beginnings.
I
asked her if she had a magic paintbrush, because I thought it was like some sort of trick paintbrush she was using.
I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, incredible.
Cannot wait to try it. I was just like mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Absolutely mind-blowing that she was able to do what she was doing. With a line, Ben.
Yeah, with a line.
With a line.
She is a crafty magician. If you missed the shows yesterday, go back and watch them because your mind will be blown because she literally drew a line.
A line.
A line.
A line. Yeah. What she'd done over that line was epic.
Yeah. Not over-egging the pudding here. It
No.
was just
honestly, guys, a line.
unbelievable.
She just drew a line.
Yeah.
Wait until you see what she'd done if you didn't see her.
Mm.
So there's going in, creating an inner to an outer ombre effect when it comes to the Ice Dance and also the Snow Angel. These will then enable us to do some layers for our card blank, but I think if we just take a little bit of a break, Ben, so we can then let anyone catch up, plus then I can just get the next layers ready to go over with yourself.
Brilliant. Well, I can't believe we are into the last half hour almost of the show. Last a chance to get some questions in. I see Christine today over to my right-hand side, and I know she is firing away very quickly with all of her projects. Oh, in fact, we're going to go to her now. She's just given a big thumbs up, I can see, because a minute ago she was waggling her bag at the screen. Let's have a look, Christine. What you done?
Yeah, I knew you were watching.
Always watching. Oh, that's incredible. I love your tag.
Yeah, and I actually put another piece of white on the back so we could write the tour from.
Yeah. That looks amazing. Honestly, so Christmassy, so beautiful. Are you having fun doing it?
I'm loving this. This is great.
Yeah. I can tell that you are from the big smile on your face. It's amazing to have you with us, and so glad you enjoyed it as much as we are. Oh, hello. Oh, there's your acetate.
Yes.
Wow.
Ah, wow. So is that again with the Snow Angel just onto some blue mirror card have you got there?
It's whatever I have here for glitter paste. Moonlight. I didn't have the other, so I have from the Winter Sparkle. I have that glitter paste. And I mixed it up together, the blue and the white.
Yeah, it looks absolutely incredible with that, the background as well there. Good job, Christine. Loving your work. You're getting lots of love coming through on the socials as well, which you can read later on.
I will. Thank you. I was reading them. I was writing on there.
Oh, marvellous. Yeah, I've seen that. Actually, you commented earlier on whilst you were on the craft-along as well. So you're crafting, you're with us on the show, you're commenting. Are you playing Scrabble as well at the same time?
Yeah, I'm so talented.
We'll come back to you in just a little bit. I just want to quickly go for a few deals that are coming up on Cartload a little bit later on this evening. Buy two, get one free on our white multi-purpose card. It's the A3 as well. This is the size which doesn't tend to hang around in stock for too long. And we're our own worst enemies here, really, because we're giving one set away when you buy two. You get A3, as I said, 30 sheets of each. So I work it out I always think in A4. So for me, this is 60 sheets, 120, 180 sheets of A4 white multi-purpose cardstock, the kind of cardstock that you want to have in your... oh, Charlotte, I just explained. It's A3, 90 sheets, but I always think in A4. So you halve it, so it's actually 180 sheets, isn't it? Well, because a lot of people like to use A3, but then a lot of people like to use A4 as well. So, as I say, because I always think of A4, in my mind, I compute better value that you're getting 180 sheets. It's... Oh, Charlotte. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, never mind. I'm having a conversation with a voice in my head. Yeah, and now I've got another voice laughing. Because you may have run out of A4, for example, and then you may think to yourself, well, I'll keep some A3, but then I need some A4 in my life as well. So I'll take one of these here, which is 30 sheets. We do, but... Charlotte, but that's not on a deal today, is what I'm saying. This is on a brilliant deal of buy two, get one free. Wow. Yikes. $23.98, or I'm moving on swiftly, or $31.98. That's not even your platinum price. The platinum price is 25% off. So you're getting $22.48 or $29.98 is your price on that if you want to pick that one up today. The A3 on a fantastic deal today, not the A4. Oh, God, that was loud. Next, the Christmas favour box. I didn't mean to sound that so loud. The Christmas favour box. So this is for you, Jules, who was asking. We've got 4 of these available on the show. We've got your stamp Christmas favour box, not stamp Christmas. We've got your stamp favour box, your storage favour box, your Christmas favour box, and your Spectrum Noir favour box, which we'll show you all later on in Cartload. But this, I think, is the best value for money one, worth $60.95 or $72.83. Platinum price, gold price, £16, $24. We are at £15 or $22.50 if you're a platinum member. In your bag, you are going to get a selection of card blanks and envelopes from the Violet Studio Home for Christmas collection. The envelopes are the cutest little things because you've got the little card with the presents on top, and then the sort of like the candy cane outline, and then you've got pre-made, ready-to-go cards actually, which you can just literally send as is, or with the ones that you're seeing here, you know, you can add your own embellishments, add your little toppers onto there as well, stamp onto them, whatever you want to do. But if you're just looking for fast, quick, easy crafting, then that's absolutely brilliant. 10 cards, 10 envelopes is what you're getting within that set. Then you're also going to receive one of our festive frames. This is the Home for Christmas. You get it's like a creator card, really. You've got the inner detail frame, you've got the outer frame, so you can cut it out as a panel, and we even give you the sentiment in stamp form. So that's really, quite simply, very quickly, easy card, ready to go. We're going to give you a 3D embossing folder with stencils too, so that is those jingly bells. Pop these stencils over the top, makes it a lot easier for you to be able to colour in your project. Then we've got one of those fantastic winter floral dies. Originally came with a decoupage, but fantastic for making your shaped cards. Then Also in this bag, one of the best cut and emboss folders I think we've done as far as Christmas is concerned, which is the Follow the Star. There's more of an emboss than a cut in this one, and this is what I absolutely love. You've got lots of detail in the emboss, then you've got the cut of the main star, and then lots of those little stars as well. I think that value for money wise is the best of the favourite boxes that we're doing this evening. £16, $24, £15 or $22.50 is your price on that. All right, back to Craig Bagel, who I think is taking us on the next part of this craft along journey. What are we doing next?
Right, it's pretty much just starting to wrap these together now when it comes to forming the card together, and we'll do what we can with that gift bag. So, the excess white Centura Pearl that Ben just cut those circle dies out of, what we're going to do is we're going to cut one of them to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So that's our white Centura Pearl in silver. So 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. We're going to be going in with the blue, and then this one we're going to cut to 5 1/2 by 5 1/2 here. So that can then be our matting layer for inside. So let's take these ones out of the way for now, and then what we're going to do is let's bring my tape runner in. So we're going to go and we're going to layer our blue within our Centura Pearl white. So we're going to add that just into the centre here, and by that being on the back, that's where it's going to be able to pick up the blue from the glitter, or the glitter will be able to pick up the blue from this layer. What I'm then going to do is I'm just going to turn it on its side, and then at this point it doesn't really matter what end I'm going to put my tape on, because what I mean by that is it's all symmetrical, it's all the same size. So if I open my acetate the way that we would usually do, that means I need to put my hinge here onto this side. So I'm going to go in with my red liner tape, and let's bring in my scissors, and then we're just going to snip that away for now. So if I take the backing off, because we will be able to pop our acetate layer on, because the actual fold, the hinge, hasn't got glitter on. I just need to be careful within this bit, because of course it's freshly done, so I just want to make sure that I don't pop my fingers in here. I know I did say I had bits already pre-done. I've clearly left them at home, so I don't have them, otherwise we could have cracked straight on. But let's bring this one in. So I'm just being careful because this is still wet. But what I can then do is I can just tuck that into the side just here, and then I'm just going to press. So if I press that into place, I can then later on, I'm not going to have time within this show here, but what I can do is I can disguise that with maybe another strip of card or a die cut border or something. But there is the front of our card.
Looks great.
Acetate. Now once that's fully dried, I would come in, let's just see if I've got a bit there that's not got glitter glue on it. I'm just going to kind of press and form that in. You can wait until it's fully dried at home, but you can see here that we've then got our acetate layer with that snow angel, and it's picking up the blues from underneath. Let's come in with this layer, because we will construct this. I'll just be careful, but we will construct it. So for this one, what I'm going to do is let's add our foam pads. So I'm going to add my foam pads onto the back of this one here. I tell you what, let's not add the foam pads on there. Let's come in with my tacky glue. I knew there was a reason I wanted my tacky glue. So I'm going to go in with my tacky glue with this one. So let's pop that on around the back. Typical, but you see we're all dried up. Let's bring our Studio One in. Let's bring this in with our tacky glue. Let's lift that carefully. So I'm just going to go around the edges here. So let's take that into here. Let's then pop that into there. And once again, because it's still wet, I'm just going to be careful. But if I go in just with my pokey tool and press in, let's pop that into place. Feel free to wait until yours is dried before you do this after the craft along. What we can then do is then let's bring in our foam pads this time. That's going to go onto the back, and then let's add that on into here. What I'm then going to do is if I take these off. Now, because it's acetate, what's going to happen is you're going to see this back layer. Look, my glitter glue layer's come off. Right, let's sort that in a minute. Let's come in here and then let's pop that into place.
Yeah.
Press that in. Now, as I open that up, Ben, you're going to see that back in.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm going to do, this is where that second one comes in.
Ah, okay.
So I'm going to go in with the second one, and I'm doing it so that I am putting my glue onto that white smooth matte layer, not onto that Centura Pearl layer, because then as I then open that one up, pop it into place, I've got a lovely little Centura Pearl circle. Again, you're going to be careful when it comes to layering that into place. I'm just going to press and hold that down so that's going to grab. You can absolutely use your tacky glue onto your acetate, you just need to let it dry a little bit longer than your cardstock. Let's come back in. I think actually, probably for ease, I'd maybe be better using foam pads because then it's instant. But let's pop that into there. I'm just going to have to put my finger in there just to press, to hold it in. So let's just hold that in just for a second to grab. I can always put a gem or something in the middle afterwards. So then there is the front of our card blank with our acetate that we've got there. Set that to the side for a second. Let's come back in with this little strip that I've got here. Let's come back in with our stamping platform. And then what we can then do is let's take another one of our sentiments. So let's layer that in. I'm just going to pop them there and there. Let's go, what was it that I used in the original one? Let It Snow. So let's use Let It Snow still. And then I'm just going to pop that, I'm just going to do it in the middle because I'm just going to snip side to side. Bring in our stamping platform. Press that in. I'm just going to be using my Noir Black again. We're going to then stamp that one. Then think about as well, if you're going to do this craft along at a later date, what about doing silver or blue embossing?
That's a nice idea.
Sentiment instead.
Yeah, yeah.
So the embossing will tie in with the glitter. So what I can then do is take that off, move that out the way. I'm just going to freehand snip that. You can use your scissors if you want to. Well, I'm using my scissors. Your guillotine if you want. I'm going to use my tape runner. That can then go into place just here. I'm then just going to use my scissors again just to layer that up. That one can go onto foam pads. So that I'm just going to pop a foam pad to the back. I'm going to then bring this one in here. Now for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tuck that just under into there and then press.
Yeah.
I've already done a bow. I've already tied this one. You've seen me do it many, many a time. And then that one can go down into there. So ideally, I would let that dry. But then there's the card done with the glitter glue.
That's fantastic.
Onto the acetate and to some Centura Pearl. So what I can do now, let's move that out the way. Let's come back in with these layers for now. Now this is touch dry at the moment, so I wouldn't put a lot of pressure on, but it is cuttable. So let's come in with this one, and then I'm just going to line it up. So all that I'm going to do is I am literally cutting right up to the edge of my glitter glue layer. So we're just going to trim all the way around into here. Let's then trim
Cindy is asking, can you heat the acetate with a heat gun to dry quicker, or will it ripple or melt?
You could do it if you are using a heatproof acetate.
Yeah.
Heavyweight acetate, I wouldn't recommend doing that. It can buckle ever so slightly.
Which did you use, Suzanne's asking? What sort of acetate?
So for this one, this was our heavyweight acetate.
So could you heat that one? No.
I wouldn't.
Right.
I would, do you know what? It's just all about the bending and the buckling. It's what can happen when it comes to your heavyweight acetate. You know, yes, you could do it with your heatproof acetate, but then heatproof acetate I wouldn't be using for a card front. It's just too thin. Anything such as your glitter glues or your glazes, where possible, I would always highly, highly recommend that you let it dry at room temperature. I would always recommend doing that. If you are wanting to heat set it, then yes, you can do. I just really wouldn't do it.
So it's the project, if you're going to do it, leave yourself enough time so you don't have to panic yourself into heating
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, for sure.
I love the glitter paste, says Eleanor, for Christmas. This craft along is going to be pretty. And by the way, loads of love coming in for not only for the craft along, but for Christine as well. Sarah saying Christine's projects look beautiful. Very nice, Craig. I like sparkly so much, says Cindy. And Christine, our paper queen, says Valerie Puccini. You're doing great. We love the lights too. We do love the lights.
Like what?
Christine's lights.
Oh, Christine's lights, yeah. They're smart.
It's smart. Smart
really,
as a dart.
really smart. Now these ones, I'm just going to then be careful because I've gone in with quite thicker dots, so they're still needing a little bit more time to dry. So what I can then do is let's do roles reversal. So I'm going to come in just about 1/4 inch or so that the adhesive isn't going to be seen. But we can then just work our way around. This is the sort of thing, guys, I'm doing back. I would not be doing it this way at home. It's pure and simply for anything that needs time to dry on a craft along. It's not ideal, if I'm honest with you, but we do the best that we can. So let's press all that in. So there is now our front with our bag that we can see here. So let's come in now. So let's start to form this one together. So I'm going to fold that base in at the bottom just here. Now these ones, I'm going to use my tacky glue. So because anything such as gift bags and boxes, I'll always try and use my tacky glue. So I'm going to do one there, and then I'm just going to go into here. So I'm just going to press that into place. I'm going to fold that over. I'm going to fold that one over. Before I attach this one here, what I'm going to do, Ben, is I'm going to then press that in. I'm going to come along, if I can find a little tub or a container. Let's go in with one of my sprays here. I'm then going to press that into place. So I'm using something to add the pressure just so that the glue can grab, and we're going to get a strong hold. I'm then going to come along now with my next one into here.
Do you fancy, whilst you're sticking this, doing a quick explanation of adhesives for cat butt?
Yeah, what would
she just says, can you explain red liner tape in comparison, say, to other tapes?
Well, if you're wanting to use a dry adhesive, such as a tape, so whether it is your tape runner, whether it is your tissue tape, which tears is what I like to use, or your red liner. Red liner is the strongest one out of them all. Your tape runner and your tissue tape, it tears. So, you know, you can then roll that, tear it away. Your tissue tape, you've seen me layer it down and then tear it off. Your red liner tape is a plastic. It's unbelievably strong. You can't tear it, you can only cut it. So it's the strongest form of dry adhesive.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
And then, so what about if you were to put up red liner tape against, like, say, your all-purpose or tacky glue? What's strongest then?
So I would either, so when it comes to anything strength and construction, I would only ever use tacky glue or red liner tape.
Right.
Tacky glue or red liner tape for building, for construction. For me, that is a personal preference. I'll always tend to go for the tacky glue because the tacky glue dries into the fibres of all the layers. Your red liner tape, yes, it's unbelievably strong, but you've got that barrier. So you've got your cardstock, you've got your red liner tape, you've got your cardstock, and it's all just condensed together. Whereas your tacky glue, that is then drying into all of the fibres in the cardstock. So for me, you definitely cannot get any stronger than a tacky glue. So anything strength when it comes to structure, either use your tacky glue or your red liner tape. But when it comes to tape, dry tape, your red liner tape is the strongest one that you can get. You can even heat emboss on top of that one.
Oh, yes. Great answer to a great question. Thank you, Kat.
Hopefully that made sense.
Did make sense.
I'm hoping that made sense.
It did.
And then there we go. We've then got our gift bag, our box that we can see with the little edges there, all good to go. So I know we've still got a little bit of time, but all that I would then do at this point, Ben, because I don't have a hole punch, is then just punch a hole. I tell you what, we might still have time to find one.
Okay.
Do you want to go over anything, and I'll go and hunt for Julia and see if we've got a whole
I
bunch?
can do that for certain. We will do a vote in this show as well, by the way, to find out the demo of the day. Thank you, because we've got Cartload coming up for you later on. Just to quickly show you this bad boy, desk made. Pick of the day, this is. What a deal you've got on this. Now, you don't get the contents of it, like the pens and the plates and whatnot. However, you do get everything else, the complete store system here, with the clip pods included. Now, the deal on this is incredible because you've got your £30, $36 saving, which brings it down to £30 or $36. If you are platinum today, you're at $22.50 or $27 and double points, but you've then got that Club 11 code where you can then get another 11% off that $22.50 or $27. I mean, even if you're looking at, I can't work out the top of my head, but even if you work at 10%, it's never, it's down to like £20 or $25 basically, and you get all of the clips. You get those included so that you can, clip and store the little storage compartments together, but then you get all of the compartments in here as well. So you've got like your medium-sized compartment, you've got your little pencil holding compartments as well. You've then got the bigger ones. We've put some of our dies in here. This one again, just a really, really big size, and all of them have got little pockets around the outside too, so you can pop in more pens and tools, or maybe things like your rulers. You've got two bigger size ones as well. So this one maybe something perfect for like your plates, or popping in things like your 6x6 pads, and then you've got your largest container at the back there, which is going to be absolutely perfect for holding, as you can see here, your 12x12 paper pads. You can get your portable guillotine in there. Again, maybe some of your bigger plates will go in there too, but it's brilliant. The base is solid within the actual desk made itself, so once again, if you're carrying this around, it's not going to sag if you're carrying it full of big items. And look at all of these storage compartments that you're going to get. 1, 2, this third one here, I mean, we've got plates in here, we've got rocker blocks, we've got some of our art liners, some of our re-inkers. It's capacious. There's loads of room for everything. And again, just a great way for you to have all of your crafty bits and pieces on your craft desk in front of you, ready to go. And I just think, particularly if you don't have a craft room, something like this is absolutely brilliant to keep everything stored and to hand. And also, if you're traveling and you're thinking, you take loads of crafty stuff with you, this again is great because the actual containers will squidge down, pack down. You can pack them in a case, take them with you, and then you've got some storage to pop all your bits and pieces in when you're crafting, maybe on holiday or at the caravan or something like that. It is the pick of the day today, 24-hour only deal, and you've got a huge discount on it. Best price, if you're platinum, $22.50 or $27 is the best price I've ever seen this for, with your double points, and the extra 11% off comes down even further for you. Snap that up today like it's going out of style, because it will not be that price tomorrow. All right, let's see how we're getting on. These are awesome craft-alongs, says Laurie. Great craft-along. It's been fun, hasn't it? And actually, very, very different for the fact that we've done, well, 2 projects for the price of 1 today, really, which has been great. I know there was a third one lined up as well, but I think you've taken this this sort of craft along and ran with it very nicely, Craig, because sort of like you say with the glitter pastes. Could have been, quite a difficult thing to think about what you were going to create, but I love the fact that you've gone into lots of different sort of areas and shown all the different places that you can use your glitter paste, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All that I couldn't find a hole punch, so I have just punched one myself with my pokey tool that we can see here. So what I have just done is then just gone along and just fed that ribbon through. But then all that I would then also come along and do, Ben, is let's even just pop our little sentiment on. Let's take our sentiment. I just need to then stick that one to, let's go on into the front just here. And then the only thing that I just need to do is also just pop a little hole into my little tabs that we can see here. That can then, using a little bit of our red satin, we'll just attach that. That will then look like that one there. That's how it would look if you are then going to be finishing it afterwards yourself on the show. But that is what we've done within this show, and that's what we've done as well.
Love it. Should we get a vote going quickly? Susie, Yeah, we thought we'd do the vote now because there'll be no vote later because it's cartload, obviously. So maybe get the vote done now for the demo of the day. So this is the project from earlier that Craig made in Wake Up Call. Again, using those beautiful glitter pastes. And ready, you go. Look at that. Exploding, collapsing box with the glitter paste used not only on the box but on the candle as well. So if you like that one, that is number 1. Or number 2, we'll bundle those 2 in together, shall we, as a project. So
Let's
the Craft Along project, the bag and the card is number 2. So 1 or 2, get your vote in right now, and we will announce the result of that in just a few moments' time. Just a quick question from Charlotte. Charlotte, I'm sure I've said your name before, and I think I got it wrong, but I'll attempt again. Is it Charlotte Shoechuck Gardner? Let me know if I got that right. Can you add water to the glitter glue to water it down?
I wouldn't do that. I really wouldn't do it. It's all about the consistency of it. It's all about what's inside it. It's what the team have developed when it comes to that. If you start to water it down, then what's going to happen? It's not going to stick to many surfaces. It's not going to stick to acetates and Turapearl, a coat, and anything like that. In all honesty, without knowing why you want to do it, I wouldn't see why you would want to do that. When it comes to the glitter paste, I wouldn't recommend it. You're not going to get a nice coverage. It's not going to stick to anything.
Okay.
I would just use it as it's designed for.
Just a few other quick projects to A few other quick products to bring to you whilst we wait for the vote, and we'll say our thanks to Christine as well. Mixed Media Mat. Now this we launched a few months ago, I think. What did this launch with? Did this launch with the glitter paste?
With the
I think it
glitters.
did.
Yeah,
it did, didn't it?
Tools, yeah.
Yeah. 100% silicone mixed media mat, this one, so brilliant for any crafting surface, and you can put loads of bits and pieces in here. As you can see down the side, this side here, you've got these 12 palette squares, so these are great for kind of combining and mixing colours together, and then you've got your palette circles across the top. I always think these potentially better for popping little bits of your paint in as well if you want to use it for painting with. The work surface itself is 9 by 12, so it'll hold your A4 cardstock, and then you've also got down the side here, if you're wondering what that is, you've got your tool recess, so that one is great for holding things like your palettes, great for holding your brushes as well. I like the fact with this one too is that it is white clean, and it rolls up and folds up really nicely to pat that down when you're not using it. Great opportunity to pick this up again today as well, because you're going to get 25% off this price here, which is incredible. It's going to take you down to about more like £15, isn't it, if you're platinum, less than $18.39 as well, plus double points, and use that code CLUB11 to get further money off. And also, just very quickly before we get that vote and say thank you to Christine, because we're running out of time, your spatulas, 4-piece set. Each tool features a spatula at one end and a spoon at the other. Love this. $5.59 or $7.19. The 2 different spatulas you're getting are there. You've seen Craig using these through the show, but quite handy to have, if you are looking for handy tools to use with your glitter paste, these are they. Right, let us go over and say a massive thank you to Christine and see what she's come up with. Have you enjoyed it? It's been a bit of a different craft along today, Christine, but have you enjoyed it?
I really had such a good time. I was in my own world here.
Let's have a look, see what you made again. This is brilliant.
Right? And then project number 2.
Oh, yay!
Excellent.
And I colored my own ribbon because it was white, so I colored it with the alcohol markers. And then I did number 3.
Oh, hello! Amazing.
I just did that right now in front of Ben.
Is that the box?
It is.
Just flip it around for us and show us just flip it around the other way as well. There you have, yeah, there you go. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
That's so good, Christine. I just kind of thought I knew we had 3, and I thought, I bet Christine's done them all. I knew you would. Thank you so much for being such a great guest. Yeah. So are we chalking that off as about Craft Along number 20, did you say?
I mean, I think it's around 20. Yeah. It has to be.
Are you going to come back for some more soon?
You know I will.
Yes. We're holding you to it.
Ben, can you try a little harder at Scrabble, please?
All right. I think I won like 4 on the bounce against you very recently, so come on.
I think I'm ahead by 1.
I know, well played, Christine. It's always a joy to...
5 points right now. I think I'm over I'm beating you by 100 so far.
Oh, well, we're not here to talk about Scrabble, Christine, anyway. We're here to talk about craft, anyway. So congratulations on all your craft and Scrabble exploits. I'll see you on the Scrabble mat soon. But Christine, thanks for being amazing, and thanks for joining us on Craft Along. We'll see you soon.
Bye. Thank you, Ben.
Bye.
Thank you, Craig.
Bye. Yeah, as a few of you know, I play a few of you guys at Scrabble on the old Scrabble app. If you like Scrabble and you want to play, find me. I'll play against you. And probably beat you. That's a lie, I'm not that great at it. Thank you so much to Craig for the show. Demo of the day goes to number 2.
Number 2.
Whoa.
Awesome. There
well
you
done.
Go.
Thank you,
number
Mr.
2.
Thank you everybody for all of your lovely comments. What a great show. We thoroughly enjoyed it. Craig and I are going to be back in 2 hours' time for a hectic, frantic cartload with deals you won't have seen yet. We'll see you then. Bye for now.
Toodles.